Hello, everybody.
Good evening.
How are we doing tonight?
That's about it. Wanted to do some gardening today. You walk outside and you suddenly go, I can't breathe.
That air quality?
No. It's been raining on and off all week. And overnight, it's like everything shifted. And so now we've got extreme high humidity.
Oh,
Airflow
yeah.
just isn't moving. So, you walk outside and it's like, holy crap, I just took a shower and now I'm already soaking wet again. God damn it.
That's the one nice thing about living in the desert.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I love living in the Midwest. I wouldn't give it up for anything. I like my Midwest roots.
Okay, well, we have people gradually coming on to the Roll20 and onto the Discord. And there's a couple of somebody brought up I think it was you, that brought up something you found in one of the books last week. I wanted to go ahead and check this. The way this is worded is unsatisfying, and I actually like the way it's worded in an older version of D&D better, so I think we're going to go with this variation. The question came up about if you flee a battle, are there opportunity attacks in 2nd edition? And in a rule on fleeing, it says, well, if you flee the battle, your enemy will get your enemy will get a free attack or multiple attacks if the creature has several attacks on the enemy, and it doesn't matter whether they've already used their attacks in the round or not. Okay. In an earlier edition, it said that if creature A runs away from creature B, and creature A has a faster speed than creature B, then creature A gets away. And I kind of like that. So that would be sort of the only time I think you would have to take into account your speed. So know what your character's speed is, and I will know what the monster's speed is. And if the monster runs away from you, we'll compare speeds and be like, okay, well, if you're faster than the monster, you can go after it and you can keep attacking it. And then if you run away from the monster and you're faster than the monster, well, the monster just isn't going to be able to catch up to you. So I just think that's a little bit simpler, because the whole, well, this dragon gets 5 attacks and I'm really low on hit points, so I'm going to run away from it. Okay, well, now it attacks you 5 times as you run away. After it's already attacked your other party members 5 times, that seems a bit of a stretch to me. So I think it's just we'll just do the thing that if the fleeing creature is faster, it gets away. If it's slower than the pursuing creature, it doesn't get away, and the pursuing creature can continue to make attacks on it. So does that sound like a good way of handling that?
That's if the attacks have been expended. So, like, let's say 2 people are next to each other at the beginning of a turn. If they have not yet expended an attack, would the one creature A or enemy A get to do hit and run tactics? Like, I'm faster than you, so I'm going to hit you, run away, get far enough away that you can't hit me, and then come back?
No. It's the way I've always played, and the way every DM I've always played with has played it. There's a battle map, which is a finite area. If you flee and you get off the edge of the map, well, you're just out of combat. If you're running away, then you run away, you get off the battle map, you can't come back. Same with the monster. If the monster runs off the battle map, it can't come back.
It's a different game, but it's a fun tactic that if you ever play Warhammer 40k, the Eldar are good at that. Hit, run away, hit again. It's very frustrating.
Well, yeah, and there's you can do tactical things like that if you have ranged weapons. You can fire a ranged weapon, and you can run to another part of the battlefield and try to take cover. Especially like if there's low visibility or things like that, and then the monster might have a hard time figuring out where you are because the arrow came from over there, but now you're actually over here. And
I forget who uses darts, but I'm looking forward to seeing how they do that, because there's a bunch of cool creative ways I think that build's gonna go.
Yeah, and definitely the fact that darts, while they don't do a whole lot of damage, they get a boatload of attacks. That's a very nice thing. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to Saturday Night Greyhawk. I am DM Galabond, and I am joined so far by a number of our players. It looks like so far we have Bob and Heather and Jason and Joe. We're expecting, Casca mentioned that he would be a little bit late. We're expecting he'll be along, and Garn should be along at some point as well. So, last time that we met up with these players, let me turn the music down and get that. Okay, music is off. Last time we were here with these players, these heroes. They had just arrived at the gates of the old Moathouse, and they discovered there was a welcoming committee. And the welcoming committee consisted of a number of large frogs that wanted to try to eat our heroes. And our heroes, as you might imagine, didn't agree with that idea. And so we had a battle that got started. And we went through one round of combat, and we're here on we're here at the top of the second round of combat. And we have a couple of the frogs that have been put to sleep, but 2 of the frogs are still up, and they are they are able to act. And so one of the frogs is very badly injured, but it's also very hungry. And it has a nice, tasty dwarf right in front of it. And so this frog is going to attempt to attack the dwarf. And it is... all right, so it's going to hit an armor class 14, which I think will miss. And then giant frog number 1 is going to hop up here onto this tree branch, and it's going to try to attack the dwarf, and it will it will also miss. So the dwarf was missed by 2 frogs. And then let's see. Garm. Jera, are you on yet?
Got a question for you.
Yeah.
My Roll20 screen is black. I don't see the map or anything. I didn't know if that was just me or...
Here, let me ping and...
I it a couple times, but it's I just see a black screen and my token.
Scroll
see
all
the-
the way out on your map.
Now do you see the area? Or are you still...
It might be
just
trying to pixelate.
Yeah, I'm up all the way out to like 10%. It's still just black.
Okay, so let's troubleshoot. You're playing Quint, right?
Correct.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get your... Okay, you have vision. You also have night vision. Now, last week, I think everybody else... Let me ask a question. Is everybody else seeing what they're expecting to see? Okay. So it just seems to be an issue with Quint's
Did he get swallowed by a toad?
Not
tried.
on my screen. Not on my
okay.
screen. He didn't.
I mean, I reloaded the page. I can go all the way out and try coming back again and see if that's solved
Audio
it.
is breaking up really bad too.
Yeah. I don't see. I don't see that is. Okay, yeah. Let us know when you get back in. Get back in. Okay, Casca, you're here. Good. Okay. Why are we not? Okay, so men. You're not set up correctly. There you go. Okay. Archimedes. Okay. Quint and Garm. All right, and then Nico's not set up correctly either. Okay.
I'm able to see, and it's going at an angle in the darkened part of the screen that I would assume would be my line of sight versus other people's, if that helps.
Yes, that is what you should see. Okay. Jason, did you get back in on Roll20? Quint and
But I've got the same thing. It's still just black.
okay, well then here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove you from the battlefield, and I'm gonna go to Quint's character sheet. And I'm gonna pull Quint back onto the battlefield. And then 160 and 30. Okay. Okay. All right.
That worked.
Now, that
Thank you.
worked? Okay.
Yes.
For whatever reason, the settings are exactly the same as they were last week, but I had to actually remove your old token, pull a new token out, and reset them to the same thing, and it turned on. So that's just Roll20 being weird. All right. Good.
Appreciate it.
Okay. All right. So now the question is, Garm. Okay. All right. All right. We're gonna go ahead and skip Garm for right now, and Min,
Yes.
you are up. Please take your turn.
Okay. So I'm trying to remember how we did last week. Okay. So these guys I've put to sleep, right? Over here.
The ones far away with a little symbol on them are asleep. Yes.
Okay. And Nico is in the way. Shame on him. Here, what does this one entail? 6. Yeah.
I have a
Now,
question.
Go ahead.
So just in terms of how party tactics work, you said the rounds take a minute, so there would probably be time for people to be yelling and making like, "Hey, hit that one!" Like I did last time. Said to shoot the one that wasn't near me.
Yeah.
How does delayed actions? Because I would being like he's got the military training. He knows he doesn't want to get shot in the back by people with ranged attacks. If he could withdraw from the one or rotate around and put the one further away from him and stand on the one he's been fighting and open up the target for the ranged attacks if they delay. But I don't know how delayed attacks work.
Well, when you're okay, you're farther down in the initiative, so you can't really delay.
I meant if if I yelled for the ranged attacks to aim and delay and wait for it, and then I move and then they shoot. ready to action.
Oh.
So I'm imagining
Well,
a dwarf saying, wait for it, move out of the way, and then everyone unloads all at once.
okay. Let's double check something here. Because
Like
every
Archimedes.
edition has a different set of rules about this. What you're really concerned about is what happens if you are between an archer and their target. Is there a chance that you're going to get hit? And every edition handles that a little bit different way. So
Second edition is pretty vicious about it, I believe. I don't remember exactly, but I have vague recollections of it hurting.
Yeah, we want to do combat. We want to do
Fire.
missile weapons in combat, firing into a melee. Okay. Ideally, they are used before opponents reach your line. However, ideally, it's the only effective way to shoot arrows into an enemy already in melee. Okay, so when missiles are fired into a melee, the DM counts the number of figures in the immediate area of the intended target. Each medium figure counts as 1, small creatures count as 1/2, large as 2, huge as 4, gargantuan as 6. Total value is compared to the value of each creature, and using this ratio, the DM rolls the die to determine who or what will be a target of the shot. So, because you are so far down in the melee, it doesn't probably make sense for Nico to ask other people to delay, because then that just basically delays everybody. What does make more sense is for everybody to realize that in the combat we have here, if you fire at one of these 2 frogs that are in melee with Nico, you basically have a 20% chance to hit Nico as opposed to hitting the 2 frogs. Because Nico is a medium-sized creature and the 2 frogs are large. So that's a total of 5 creature spaces. And 4 out of those 5 are going to hit big frogs. So, Nico, if you can live with a 20% chance of getting shot, then that's
Does
great.
That mean they have to hit my armor class, though? If they ends up targeting me?
Right. They would still have to hit your armor class to hit you.
Go ahead and shoot.
Yeah. So, but then, yeah, that's one of the things is when we do have a mix of melee and ranged, there are some editions where they say you can, as the attacker, give yourself like a -4 penalty and avoid attacking your party members. But there's also the thing of taking cover, which really, since there's nothing for you to take cover against the archers. All right, so Min, back to your turn.
Okay, so since my spells would require me to basically try and find a way of hitting them, instead I am just going to go to my true cat nature and go, ooh, and run up. And this one is injured, you said, right?
The one that is bloody, yes.
Okay.
This one is injured.
And I want to pounce on its back and sink my claws in and go for a ride.
Okay. All right, so you can certainly do a melee attack with your...
Okay.
If you go to your weapons and click on your, whatever we called it, your knife or your dagger.
Claws and bite.
Well, but you have weapons, right?
Yeah,
So
I have
you
a javelin.
a dagger.
And I haven't.
Okay, so yeah, you can
Okay, do
you
I
can
hit
try to
do I roll the hit or the initiative?
roll the THACO. Roll the button that says THACO. And that will tell you what armor class you hit.
I don't have a button. I mean, under
Okay.
THACO it says 20.
And then
No.
to the right.
Okay, I'm okay.
There.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, hit, yes. Armor class of 3. That is yes. That will hit. So now go ahead and so you should have a where's the damage?
She have like claws? Wouldn't that be under melee?
Yeah.
It doesn't show damage.
Yeah, that's really weird. There's
Because
not a thing.
the damage for weapons is down below that.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, so you have to
Just scroll down a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I forgot to put that one in. Hang on.
you know what? Let's just call it. Okay, let's call it a Dirk, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3, and then gosh, dang it, no. Okay, 1d4. All right. So yeah, just click the little die to the right where it says damage large is 1d3. Just click on that, and that will tell you how much damage you.
A whole whopping 1 point.
Okay.
But
well,
in the meantime, I now got 4 sets of claws. Well, excuse me, I have boots on. So now I have 2 sets of claws that are like stuck in him. I'm going to try and hang on if he takes off.
Oh,
if you
okay.
were attacking with both hands, there would potentially be. Never mind. 2 weapon attacks are different.
Yeah, and the character only gets 1 attack per round because of the class.
And that's fine.
Let's just not even deal with that.
Pouncing, so
yeah.
You know,
okay.
And all
right.
claws sink in at once.
Okay, so you are on top of the frog.
Yep.
Interesting.
Trying to give
ride
it a
him,
good
kitty.
Whip kick. Yep.
3 frogs stay asleep. Talon, you are up. Your dwarf is getting attacked by 2 giant frogs. Your cat has jumped on the back of one of the frogs. What would you like to do?
I am really not sure at the moment.
He's just in awe of my prowess of jumping on the back of frogs.
I am going to use my sling.
When you removed my token.
Yeah. What, Jason?
When you removed my token, my initiative order disappeared. I'm not on the list anymore.
Do you remember what your initiative was?
I believe it was 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So.
Or I can go whenever. It doesn't really matter.
If you scroll up, you should see it from last week.
No, because I had to replace his token, and whenever you remove a token in Roll20, it takes you off the list.
Right.
So
She's
he won't be on the
list. He should be on the.
Yeah, he can roll an initiative, get himself on the.
Okay, but
order.
yeah, But no, she's right. If we go back to the initiative we rolled last week, we should see what
he can alter his initiative to be.
Yeah, you were. It looks like a.
Who are we talking about?
No, a Quint, not Archimedes. Archimedes
He
is
had
fine.
either.
No, he has a 9.
9. Yep.
He has the 9, and all right, so we're gonna put Quint right after Min. Okay, so Quint. Gosh dang it. Oh, okay. No. Never mind. I'm gonna take Quint and move him up to the top of the list. I thought I was at the top. Talon will give you a moment to decide what you want to do.
Oh, I'd already rolled.
Oh, you already rolled? Okay, so
I don't think I
Will.
have.
Dang it. Hey, come on, you stupid thing. You're supposed, when I move you up, you're supposed to move up, you little bastard. Okay.
I mean to be so difficult tonight.
No, it's not you being difficult. It's Roll20 being difficult. All right, so. All right. We're putting you out of order this round. Talon, what did you do? Let me go back and look.
I
Say 13. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I missed.
That's gonna miss.
Yeah.
And actually, as an FYI for reference, since you have a full minute, to avoid the whole firing into melee, you could go.
I was targeting this one.
Yeah.
They're engaged here.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
And
So
I'm here.
There's nobody. Yeah. There's nobody. There's nobody between you. Okay. All right. Okay. That was a miss. Anything else for you, Talon? You want to move or do anything?
Well, I'm really not wanting to move too close to the. I may duck around here behind the roots, and that'll be my.
Okay. Now, Quint, go ahead.
Okay. It's getting a little crowded around that frog, so I'm gonna move up there and I am going to attack with my daggers.
Okay.
And then I'm 2-weapon fighting with a dagger in each hand.
Okay. Uh, 15 will miss with the first dagger. Oh gosh, 20. That'll miss with the second dagger. Okay.
If only we were playing 5e.
Right?
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
In second edition, isn't there like a critical chart for when you roll a 20?
That's not rolling a 20. That's hitting armor class 20.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
okay. Never mind.
I was gonna say there's no difference between 5e and this. If you roll high, you great. He rolled a 4.
Yeah.
I forgot that the AC is not the roll.
Right. Yeah. It's it's different here. Okay. Anything else?
Back out
Okay.
of the way then after.
Okay. Let me do.
And then I'm done.
this. I'm going to open up. I'm going to open up this. I'm going to do.
Did the game start early or was I late? I thought it started at 6 my time.
It's 7:30 Eastern.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah, if it's a 30, I'm late. I apologize. I thought it was.
Oh, okay, no problem. No problem. And we'll at the end of the round we'll let you have your turn And then, because we got to reset initiative because we were having a problem with Jason's token, I had to reset it, which meant it screwed his initiative up. So, all right, let's go to the giant frogs. So, what is your movement? Quint, do you move more than 15 feet?
Is that yeah?
Yeah, I think. What is your race? Your race is half elf, right?
Half elf.
So I think you
Yeah.
move either 30 or 35 feet. All right. So then the frog is slower than you. So you run back with no consequences.
Okay.
All right. Now, Archimedes, you are up.
Ooh. All right. We missed there with the first strike with the bow. Try again since. Was he going to move or is he just going to stay there? And
Well,
or that wasn't him. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Now, if you want to avoid, because now you have
these
both
guys.
Min and Nico as potential in the way of your bow. So if you wanted to move, like let's say over here,
Right.
then you would have a straight shot at the frog without any of your allies in the way, and then you
Yep.
could just move back to where you were. Because remember, in this edition, with a whole minute, I mean, you can on your turn you can run around as much as you want.
So if I move there and then take a shot at said large frog.
Yep. Now you don't have any chance of hitting your enemies because there's nothing in between you and your enemy. Okay, armor class of 10, that's gonna miss. And with your bow, I think you get 2 shots per round.
Yes, 2-1 rate of fire.
Yep. So go ahead and shoot again. Gosh. Wow. Everybody's missing tonight. Good thing is the enemies are missing too. So the only thing that's hit anything so far is the cat. All right. So Archimedes, you can either hang out there, or you can move back to where you were.
I think I'll stay right there and try to keep a bead on the action from afar.
Okay. And
maybe,
Nico.
Maybe hum a little ditty. Maybe hum a little ditty for everybody. I don't know. Just to keep the mood going.
Okay. Is that just a flavor thing, or is there a mechanical?
Yes. No.
Okay. All right.
I don't think there's anything
for the flavor, is it something that you would hear at a bar? Because I am a dwarf.
Would be some. Yes, it would be some kind of.
My morale is going up, so I'm going to take my swing with my battle axe at the one that's wounded. That like we're all fighting.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to hit because there's bar music.
Okay. Armor class 6, you do hit.
There you go.
That is.
Told you, you got me going with some bar music.
There you go. Yeah. A little ditty. That's all that it needs.
And it's for damage large, correct?
Yes.
Nice.
9 damage. Nico, how would you like to kill this?
I am humming
How would you like to?
I am enjoying the music.
Okay. And how does your axe? Yeah, how does your axe kill this guy?
I probably like hamstring it and like bleed it out because I'm not aiming up where the cat's climbing on its back.
Okay. All right.
The
Men.
cat out.
Because I
They-
really
My
don't want to hurt my
ride.
new friend.
Yeah. The ride below you goes inert. And
Oh well, there's one left.
Yep, there's one left. All right. And then last but not least, we have Zert. And I did
Zert.
fix Zert's. I did fix Zert's character sheet. So Zert is going to run around here. And he's going to get on the far side of the frog that's left. And he is going to attack with his longsword. So with his longsword, he does. Okay.
It's been a long time since I've done combat in C2E. Is there? I know in some editions there's flanking. In this edition, is there like a flanking benefit, like a plus to hit or anything?
Let's take a quick peek at that.
I didn't see it in the player's handbook, but I'm not quite certain.
Yeah, let's see if the DMG has anything about flanking. Combat. Okay. Special attacks. Okay. Let's just see if there's anything on flanking in the index. That would be the quickest way of doing it. Page 81. Let's see what it says about flanking on page 81. Oh, okay. So, each character is assumed to have a front, flanks, and rear. When characters of equal size are battling up to 6 can surround a single figure. Normally, a defender attempts to keep his opponents in sight. Okay, it's assumed the defender will try to keep attackers from getting around him. Okay, so all right, so number of attackers. Characters attacked from the rear do not gain their dexterity based armor class, and their attacker gets a +2 bonus to his attack roll. Okay, so technically, from the angle that Zert is at, he's kind of on the front-ish side of because if we do that and we say the guy is attacking Nico that way, then he's kind of on the frontish side of that frog. So he's not going to get any bonus for that attack. So it'll just be a normal attack. So let's do a
Sounds
hit.
good. Now we know.
AC of -1. And it's a large creature. So
Nice.
Yeah, that's a 20, isn't it? Yeah.
18?
He rolled a 20 on the die.
Oh, he rolled a 20 on a die. So let's see.
I don't know if that does anything. I'm just saying that's.
No, with the
Yeah.
Is it a 20 or is it a 19?
No, he rolled a 20.
Yes.
19's his Stacko.
Yeah, 19's
Oh, you're right.
attack.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's take a look and see if we have anything on critical hits.
Instant death.
I don't see anything on critical hits in here, so I'm going to presume that's something that came in with third edition. So I'm just going to take the. Again, if somebody finds something in a rule book that we want to talk about next
I don't-
week,
Warn you, Gary.
We did
Gary,
double
why didn't
damage,
you
but I
put
don't know
that
if that was a rule or just a house rule.
yeah. All right, and with that, your enemy here is in fact bloodied. So Nico will, or Zert will bloody him now. Garm, go ahead and take your turn before the. Whoops, I'm sorry.
I can't-
Go ahead and take your turn before the frogs take their turn.
I can't see. My screen's all black.
Okay, so that was the same thing that happened to
Is this
to
backwards?
Jason.
Did this get reorganized? Because there's people that are 3 going before 5.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's how it works.
that's the way it works in this edition. It's not 5e. 5e initiative goes highest to lowest. Highest goes first.
Oh,
In
okay.
second edition, lowest goes first.
Yeah, so I was like last
Okay, I
or
can
whatever.
see now.
Yeah.
This is the top.
Oh,
of the
you can see now, or
Yeah, I can see now.
okay, then I'm gonna put your token back where it was. You were right down there below Quint, or Quint actually moved right next to you. So, all right. So go ahead and take your turns. I'm going to give you 2 turns because you missed the first round. So take 2 turns, and then we'll let the frogs go.
All right, I want to throw darts again. Do I need to do a call shot or?
Nope, because you have a tree between you and any allies. So basically, this is your only target. We did have a discussion about firing into melee, and if there are allies between you and your target, then there are some special things the DM basically has to roll to find out what you're actually targeting. And there's a formula for doing that. But since you have a clear line of sight, minus the limbs of the tree, there's nothing obstructing you between you and your target. At least that's the way I'm ruling it, and I'm sticking with it. Armor class 6. Oh. Okay. Before you do your third dart, you hit with 2 darts. The first dart does 6 damage. And with your second dart, which also hits and deals 6 damage, Garm, how would you like to kill this frog?
Yeah, both of them hit him in the eyes, each eye.
Oh, okay. All right. You just take out its eyes, and Nico and Min, the other frog, just collapses to the ground and gives a croak sound, and its tongue lolls out, and the frog is dead. Okay.
Damn it, Jim. It's dead, Jim. Dead, Jim.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. And now you guys have finished your the combat. There are 3 frogs over in this other pool that are
Still sleeping?
asleep. So you guys can go with an edged weapon and just coup de grace them if somebody wants to.
I want to see if I can retrieve any darts. I don't know if it's possible now, but I'm gonna check.
Yeah, the rule I tend to use is for all the darts you expended, roll percentile dice, and 0 to 50 you recover it, 51 to 100 you don't. So it's like a 50-50 chance that you recover each expended, and that goes for arrows as well. So any ammunition, and if you want to look for sling stones, I'll let you have the same chance to find sling stones. Okay, so it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4 of them you recover. All right, and so anybody who fired arrows that wants to try to get those back can do the same thing. Is somebody going to go dispatch the other frogs?
I didn't roll that right.
Because you guys can just tell me yes you are or no you're not.
Said I would.
Oh, you okay? I didn't hear you. So all right. So we'll deal with those. All right.
2 of his 4 arrows.
Okay. Oh, we'll just deal with that one, and then we'll
Using
deal
my
with that one.
javelin.
Yeah.
Just stabby.
Yep. And then that one.
And then I cut off their legs. And I have them all bundled in my arms. And I walk back and go, "Who wants dinner?"
Okay.
Archimedes would point to the larger ones and who wants the feast?
Yeah, that's tough stuff. This is young, nice and juicy.
Okay, so let me.
And then she grabs one of the legs and starts like wiggling it around in front of him.
Oh my goodness!
I cut the liver out of one, started eating it.
Liver.
Oh my
Frogs
god!
have liver?
You really want to eat something that's been straining swamp water?
I wouldn't eat little frogs. Never mind these giant ones.
Yeah, liver's a good part of any beast, whether they're on 2 legs, 4, whatever.
Is there something you want to tell us?
Liver and kidneys are probably the healthiest thing you can eat.
So I mentioned, aren't there supposed to be bandits around here? So we should keep our eyes out so we don't get jumped.
Why are you spoiling the fun, man?
These frogs must be their guard dogs then, because you would think they would have attacked them.
And Zert says, yes, I've seen bandits go in and out of this place. So there could very well be some about. We might want to minimize the conversation until we know what the lay of the land is. And let's see. Quint, you're the ranger, right?
Correct.
You, and as I recall last time, you noticed some boot tracks. You also noticed some other kind of footprints, which gave you the warning about the frogs coming out of the water. So you can tell that those boot prints continue north along this causeway and up towards the door. So they are heading basically in this direction, up towards the drawbridge.
Do we want to follow the boots, or do we want to scope out the exterior a little more, or just to to make sure there aren't any surprises.
Hey, you're the expert. What do you think?
I just don't want to, get in and something come from behind and we're fighting on two fronts was my thought.
Sounds good to me.
I mean,
so,
it looks like
so it sounds like we should scout around the whole fortress, whatever you want to call this thing, the whole Moathouse.
We want to make a circle around it. A real quick one to survey.
the only other thought too would be, I don't know if we've been spotted where we're at now, but if we do, kind of circle the building, there's a better chance too that somebody inside would see us.
We got these wonderful frog legs on this big tree. We can light the tree on fire, set up an ambush, and then use the coals to cook the frog legs.
Anybody wearing armor?
You kidding? Armor?
Yeah, anybody wearing like metal armor that will make noise and stuff?
Yeah, I'm loud.
So
Nico is very loud and is looking at you like with this big tower shield, and like I'm not subtle.
So yeah, the chances of us sneaking up on anything seems kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Then the other decision is: do we split the party and make the quiet people go around, and then?
I don't like that.
Zert
Never
will
at the party.
Zert will say, I don't believe there are any other intentional entrances. However, you will notice, that tower to the east, as well as some areas along the wall to the north. And I have seen in the past on other places, their walls have collapsed, and you could cross over the water of the moat and try to get in by one of those collapsed areas, or there is this entranceway here with the drawbridge that we could go through. So it's it's up to you all. If anything came in or out any other way, unless they could fly, they would have to go through the moat to get out.
Nico asks if anyone here is good at noticing like traps, because I'm willing to walk in the front if someone keeps their eye out and lets me know if there's like something that's a pitfall or something that I might not notice. If we go in through this part, if we go in around, I'm loud. I'll do the best I can to keep up.
If only there were a rogue in the party.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't?
If only
Wow.
there were a thief that could maybe
Thought we had
be
one.
sneaky.
We have our
Yeah.
friendly singer, our instrument player. That's
Yeah, they don't get
tip of rogue.
they don't get hide in shadows and moves.
You don't get everything.
The ranger does.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was
Yeah.
one of the classes that was covered at the beginning.
Yeah. We do have one, but he's muted right now. There we go.
Hello.
If only we had a thief
For what?
to sneak
He
around.
wasn't paying attention.
There's no locks to pick. Let's just walk across the bridge. And all these big bad fighters.
Oh, okay. Well, then it sounds like somebody has volunteered to go first.
You go first.
The fighters.
Well, we've actually had two people go first. I don't know if you heard, but Nico said if somebody could keep an eye on the bridge and look for any traps, he would go first.
Okay, I'll watch the bridge for him.
Okay. So you're going to go up here and
So basically, I was going to suggest I walk first and you stay on my 6, and you keep your
What
eye out in
day is
front of
it?
us.
What
And
time
then-
of day? It's you guys left in the morning. It's probably late morning, mid morning,
okay.
10:30, something
What's
like
the weather
that.
like?
What is the weather like today?
We're in a swamp, aren't we?
You're in a swamp.
we're about to
Beautiful.
run
The
into
weather.
bandits. It's going to be muggy.
The weather is cloudy with a chance of knives in the dark.
Ooh. Always a good weather forecast.
Well, my
Okay.
character is somewhat gray colored, so I'm kind of like me sneak. Besides, I'm small.
Oh,
Ish. Compared to
okay.
clunking. Doot, doot, doot.
Okay. So you get up here, and as you get to the you get to this drawbridge, and you can tell that the chains that used to be used to raise and lower this drawbridge are broken, and so there's no way to raise this drawbridge. You also notice the planks look a little bit rotten. They're kind of thick, but they look a little bit rotten. You're not sure. You're not sure that they would hold up you're pretty sure they would not hold up the weight of a horse. You're not sure about their ability to hold the weight of a person, but it's clear that people are using this to go in and out. So
How does it look along the sides? Better? Worse?
no, it looks more rotten towards the edges,
Okay.
less rotten towards the middle.
Okay. So I'll kind of point them out and go, try to walk in the middle.
Nico nods.
Okay.
Who was supposed to? Garm was looking around. Garm, you see any traps on the ground ahead of us, or I'll walk first?
Oh no! It wasn't me.
No, it was Talon. Talon was looking.
So I
Talon,
don't.
you see anything? And
I
is
don't wear
everybody else
armor,
covered?
If
I'm
I
not at
skitter across, does anything happen?
No.
Okay.
Which way's the wind coming, and do you smell anything?
No traps.
Yeah, there's no traps that Talon can discern, and Min manages to bound across, and the boards don't even seem to creak
So
under her weight.
I'll stay in the middle, and I'll move up, and I'll stand in the middle of the doorway for people to follow.
Okay.
And I'm dexterous, so I can stay in the middle.
Okay, as you get here, the door is hanging open on one great hinge. The other door is splintered and holed out, but still in position. Wedged and shored closed from the inside. So there's one door open, the other door is closed, and it looks like somebody's been trying to keep it closed.
Everybody else coming?
Wow.
What's our distance that we can walk or do, or is it not?
You're out of combat. You're out of combat. So
just want an order of where we're at.
Yeah, the thing that might be nice for you guys to decide amongst yourselves is a marching order. So decide who is always going to be in the front, and then you all would be free to move. Just keeping in mind that you want to keep the person that's in the front in the front. Right. So looks like almost everybody is heading inside. All right. So as you get
Archimedes will
past,
be in the
okay, go
middle,
ahead.
man. Archimedes will be the middleman.
Okay.
Okay.
Um.
Well, Min basically says, I can blend in pretty well in this weather with my gray fur and my slight stature. And she kind of stands there with one hip cocked with a fist on her hip.
Okay. Well, let me tell you a little bit about the area you have discovered here. There is a large open area. Oh, Zert is not inside, so people who are on the stream cannot see. So I'm going to put Zert here so that people can see. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. You all each should be able to see according to your own sight lines, but then the stream will see based on Zert's sight lines.
Perfect. Okay.
So the this big area in here is a large courtyard of sorts, and Min, all the way over here, you can see a well. I'm going to actually
Okay.
use arrows instead. So over here, you can see a well. And then here, you can see an entry to a tower. And this was one of the towers that from the outside was a little bit, had a little bit of a collapse. Up here in front of you, you see that part of the wall has collapsed entirely.
Oh, dear.
And then there are stairs over here leading up to another area. And that staircase leads to the house portion of the fortress. And it looks like beyond that, there were once some doors, but those doors have collapsed and fallen away.
Gotcha.
This is definitely a fixer-upper.
Yeah.
See such great potential in it.
Is the tower behind us completely ruined, or is there some high ground there?
No, that most of the walls are intact, and there is an entrance here. That now I'm not sure why. Oh, well, it's because of the angle. Min is not necessarily seeing, or no, I'm sorry. Min can probably see it, but Zerd can't see it.
See what? Sorry.
I'm going to move Zerd
So
over
Nico,
there.
as we're moving in, is going to suggest a couple people with ranged weapons check out that tower right behind us. I didn't see anybody from the outside of it through the cracks, but it might be good if there's some elevation to have someone, like, if that makes sense, up on the tower shooting down at any bandits that show up.
Like a longbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another important thing to keep in mind is some of you may be able to tell here and here and here, and then again here and here and here and here, there are arrow slits. So arrow slits that are used from the other side of the wall. So you're looking at the business end of the arrow slits, basically. Is what you guys are looking at.
Okay, so Min is going to actually kind of like, what is the color of this stone? Is it kind of tan, or is it like limestone, or is it like,
It's like a cobblestone type
Okay.
of thing.
So she's going to basically keep herself really close to the wall. and kind of skirt it a little bit.
Okay.
As she
And
kind of
Min,
pokes
now,
about.
Min, now you can see there's an arrow slit here that can be used defensively.
And she kind of like pokes her head out a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
You just see the frogs
Dead
rotting
frogs.
outside.
hey, Min, do you smell anybody? Because I think you probably can. You could smell me the first day at the tavern. Does it smell like there
Mhm.
were some people around here right now? Because I bet they don't bathe.
See here.
Let's take a look at your proficiencies. What do you have? Or
Weather sense, direction sense, astrology, navigation.
okay. Let's make a wisdom check for me. I think a
Okay.
wisdom check kind of is using your senses.
Ew.
Okay. Nope. It was higher than the target. So
She just kind of shakes her head like, no,
yeah,
don't smell
Everything stinks
anything.
out here.
I
yeah,
got too
pretty
much of
much.
that frog gunk in my nose.
Basically, the reek of the
Swamp.
bog, the reek of the swamp is overpowering anything else. Okay, so we had a suggestion that people might want to check out the tower. Do we have anybody that's going to do that, or?
Archimedes would have poked his head right in through here.
Okay, so Archimedes, you're going there. The upper portion of this tower has collapsed, and the interior is dark. And you're just about to decide that nothing is in there when something happens. Instead of there being nothing in there, there is a giant spider that leaps down from the shadows above to attack Archimedes. And we are getting into another combat. And this is a combat with an enemy that has the potential of using poison against you.
What?
Because it's
Poisons?
a spider. Yes, it's a giant spider.
Oh, this is bad.
Why did it have to be spiders?
Okay, so let's take a look at this. It has it has because of its size, and then it's going to be this, and go to spider. Okay.
Should we click our initiative dice thing?
Yeah. You guys can go ahead and roll your initiative. Okay. So the spider goes on 14. And then it.
My character sheet is acting up. I will roll as soon as I can.
Okay.
You guys can go. I can just roll it as soon as and get in.
Okay. There's and this. Okay. Okay. Yes. It's a poison with an onset time. So, for what that's worth, let's go to is. Alright, so I'll do his. Oh, whoops. That was not right. The spider didn't get a faster initiative. Gert or Zert has the 10.
There's a surprise roll here.
Yes. So let's do surprise because I think there's it's not an automatic. I think there's a chance that he's surprised. So let's just double check and give him an opportunity to see whether he's surprised or not. Where is the surprise?
Have it under tracker. Racial class.
Yeah, 73. Page 73. Which I think means that has a table. No, it doesn't have a table. Surprise. Surprise can happen anytime. Surprise is simply what happens when one side of a person are taken unawares and unable to react until they gather their wits. Surprise character also is surprise is determined by a die roll and is normally checked at the beginning of an encounter. Surprise is very unpredictable. Okay. So that tells us.
Want me to roll the surprise die?
Yeah, but okay. In that reference, it doesn't tell me exactly what the die roll is supposed to be. It just says there's a die roll. Now we go and look at the other. Oh, come on, you.
For some reason, I was thinking it was a D10 roll.
It might. Oh, okay. So, well, if this thing doesn't tell me what it is. Okay, table 57. Table 57. Table 57. Okay, so. All right. Surprise. Okay. Okay. Maybe a surprise. Monsters. Well, dadgummit. Okay. Just tell me what the stupid die is, you dumb book. I don't care what the modifiers are. I don't care what the.
Yeah, I have done. It's going to be
situation.
0 for my modifiers. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're both going to get. I think they're both going to get 0. Okay, so let's take a look over here and just do surprise over here. One 19. This book. Let's see what this one says. 140. And how about 148? The surprise roll. Okay. Yep. 1d10 for each side. Die roll is 1, 2, or 3. That group or character is surprised. So, okay. So Archimedes, you roll a d10. If you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you're surprised. If you roll a 4 through a 10, you're not surprised. Okay. So there's no surprise. The spider gets no advantage.
But of
All
course.
right. Do we have everybody on the board? I don't think we have everybody on the board. Has everybody rolled their initiative yet?
Mine probably didn't get.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I didn't pick my character beforehand.
Okay, that's fine. I have Nico, I have Min, I have Garm. So
I would be going.
Let me zoom in a little bit so I can see everybody better.
I'd be going right before the Spita.
Yeah, so Talon.
I rolled mine.
I know, but
Yeah, click your character. And
if you guys will remember in the future, click your character or click your token before you roll initiative, and then that'll automatically add it.
Okay, I'll try to remember.
No. You don't need. I'm not going to ask you to redo it.
No.
Quint,
Future.
yeah, Quint, have you rolled initiative yet? I don't see you. And did we lose Jason?
Yeah, he said he had to reboot. He said in Discord he had to reboot.
Okay. All right. Well, then we will let him slot in where he can. All right. So we're going to put it in ascending order. And that means Garm, you get to go first.
But do I know anything's happening though? Because I'm outside.
Nope.
I'm gonna say that if Archimedes wants to go, spider, he can do that at the beginning of the combat because nobody was surprised.
He wouldn't say that. He would be like, "Oh my gosh, it's a spider!"
Oh, okay. Well, if you're gonna take that long to do it, then no. Garm, you would just be like, "Oh my gosh," and then you would hear this, and the rest of whatever Archimedes said would be muffled as the spider mauls him. No, I'm just kidding. But okay, so yes, Archimedes shouts out that there's a spider.
All right,
So-
I'm gonna move up to the entrance to that tower,
Okay.
but I don't want to like run headlong in there. That doesn't sound smart.
Yeah, and you see this big, huge spider. It's kind of rearing up. It's getting ready to attack Lunch that just walked in the door.
Okay.
Well, you'd be pissed off if somebody disturbed your home.
Well, yeah. I guess I will. How far away is it?
Oh, that's right. If you, from where you are, you probably can't see it. You need to go all the way through the doors and inside to be able to see it. So you would have to like get up here before your angle would let you see the spider, because it's inside the tower. It's not inside this big room. It's inside the tower. Because Archimedes walked into the doorway of the tower.
Can you ping that doorway? I'm not sure where it is.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, you're being blocked by the door. You have to go up and around the door. Yeah. Be able to see. There you go.
There you go.
Now you can probably see the spider.
Yeah, I see it now. Looks like he's probably blocking it, so I'd have to do like a call shot.
Yeah. We were looking at that just before you logged on. In this edition, if you want to use a ranged weapon, then I roll in this case, I roll a D3 because a large creature counts as 2 items, a medium creature counts as 1, and then based on whatever I roll, that's what the target of your attacks is.
Oh, you're not using the call shot rules where you take a -4?
That was not something that I saw in this edition. We can look at that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll hold off then. I'm not gonna throw. I'm definitely not gonna run in there.
Yeah. I doubt that. I doubt that too many people want to go running in there. Anyway, okay. So now you're at a point where you can see what's going on, and you're ready with your darts.
Dagger,
all right.
Dagger.
Oh, you're ready with your dagger.
I got
Okay.
daggers drawn, but I'm not going to melee with that thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I told you, get out of there.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Then,
Hide behind the dwarf.
So do I hear this commotion, I take it?
oh yeah, you
Okay.
hear the commotion.
So as I run over, I'm kind of pulling the javelin off my back. How far do I
Okay.
get?
Remember, you have a minute, so you can run all over this area if you want to.
Okay.
So you can run all the way to the far walls until you can actually see the spider.
Make a very big circle.
If all you can see is Archimedes, you may need to move another square or
No.
two.
I can see this thing.
Okay, all right.
So I think I have a straight shot.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, it's going to be.
He's still kind of in the way. So
Yeah.
if you're going to throw, I need to roll a d3 and find out. Okay,
I'm not
know
gonna
what the
throw,
target.
I'm just gonna
It's a 33% chance or
run up and
66%.
stabby.
Oh, okay, you're gonna run up
Uh,
and stab it.
Yeah. Let me pull up. There we go. And javelin.
AC of 8. That is not going to hit. Okay, that will miss. And then let's take a look. What is
And
the...
basically the last bit of movement, basically just to back off. I don't want to
Okay,
block
so
the
let's
door.
see. What is his... Ooh. Can you move 180 feet?
No.
Okay,
The spider
then
can.
as you try to retreat, the spider is going to try to bite you.
Oops, sorry.
So, it will. Oh, it'll hit armor class 1.
Damn.
Oh my God.
And then
What?
it'll hit armor class 1.
See you later, guys.
Oh, and
man.
it deals 5 points of damage.
Oh man.
And, well,
5.
first of all, does Min have 5 hit points?
Nope. I have 4.
Okay. Well, Min is down. And we are at the halfway point of our session, so this is a good point to take a break. And when we come back from the break,
It is?
when we come back from the break, we will find
does it
out
show
in
my
this
hit points?
edition.
Sorry. Under
Huh?
where?
It's going to be under your first, information and tracker.
Oh. Yep.
All right.
4.
So, yes.
Well, it says temp hit. Oh.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
you don't have any temporary hit points.
This is
So,
really bad.
Let's go ahead and move over to the slate. I'm going to put the music back up. I'll put the timer on for about 10 minutes, and then I will be back. And when I get back, we will take a look and see what this edition's rules about characters falling to 0 hit points are, and see whether that's just a dead character or whether we have an opportunity to bring them back. All right.
Well, you also didn't deal with the poison.
Well, just on the off chance, go ahead and make a saving throw versus poison.
How do I do that?
Roll high.
You should.
D20.
Actually, you should have on your attributes, I think. No.
No, I think it might be under.
On the tracker on the right side, there's a saving throw list.
Right. It's under info.
Info, tracker, right side. Okay.
Right side, it says, yeah. Mine has Ravenloft and standard. So you just push the standard and it tells you.
Okay.
What?
So.
Oh, what?
Wait, did you ever fill out your
saving throws?
What class are you in? Mage?
Wizard?
Yep. Wizard. And she's got wizard selected. So I guess, okay. I guess this is a good thing to know that we don't have.
You have a high constitution.
No.
Doesn't matter. Unless
Very high, yeah. Only
or
high
half-
constitutions are going to really affect it. So
I have a 12.
Yeah, that's not gonna get it. But I mean, in this edition, you don't just get a plus to save on poison just because you're
right. Yeah, it's pretty much going to be like 13, 14.
Yeah,
If
14. Okay, hang on. Yeah.
If you're a dwarf or a halfling, you get bonuses based on your con.
Okay.
Just humans don't get that, or other races don't get that.
Hang on, Heather. Don't touch anything.
No, I've got to actually run for a few minutes. So
Okay. All right. So
I gotta go
do
take
that.
care of supper.
Do that. 19, 11. Okay. 11. Petrification is 13. 13. Breath weapon is 15 and 12. Okay, so 15 and 12. Okay. All right, so now we have that done. Now, I'm going to go grab something to drink. Okay. Hey, while break is winding down here, somebody did helpfully give me a page number reference on something we were talking about before. Second edition, as it turns out, while it doesn't list critical hits in the index for some reason, it does have optional rules for a critical hit. And it gives 2 systems
Yeah, in the DMG.
in the DMG. The first system is a natural 20. You just roll the damage you just double the damage dice. And apply any bonuses once. So if you normally get a D8, you would roll 2D8 instead, and then just add your normal strength bonus or whatever. The second method, which is something I recall doing in some old games that I were in, is when you get a natural 20, it entitles you to an additional attack. And if you roll another natural 20 on that subsequent attack, then you are entitled to yet another attack. So could either say that a critical hit allows you perhaps several additional attacks, depending on how well you roll, or we could just simplify it and double the damage dice.
I like the double damage.
Double the damage dice? Does that sound like a good option to everybody? Just to
Remember,
simplify
everything
it.
that we do to them, they're going to do to us. So if we use the optional
Right,
rules,
that's-
they
Of
get to
course,
use the optional
yeah.
rule.
Yeah. So if they get a 20, and I didn't want to look at it too hard the first time since it was an NPC making, rolling that 20, and not one of the characters. So, but yeah, if this is something you guys want to do,
I mean, I'm fine with a 20 always hitting, which is what I'm really used to. But I mean, some
With the
people
level,
just do the critical damage.
with how fatal this edition is, it might be not bad to just have regular damage.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, what I'm used to is 20 always hits, 1 always misses, regardless of whether you double damage or not. I mean, I'm fine with that.
But double damage is dramatic, so if the viewers will probably get a lot more excitement from us getting criticals.
Hey, welcome back, Jason.
Hello,
And
I
you're
think
just
I'm working
about
now.
okay. You're just about in time for us to resume.
The bad news, I've got that black screen again on roll 20.
Oh.
It's just not my night here.
Yeah. Okay. So let's. Let me just make sure it's not a function of where you appeared on the screen. So let's do this. Do you see anything now or not?
No, I saw it looked like a circle flash, and that was about it.
Okay. Well, now where is? Oh, I see where Quint is. Oh, what is Quint? Oh, Quint isn't on the initiative yet because he hasn't. Well, okay, so good, cool. I'm going to try. Oh wait, now you can see everything.
I
just because
yep.
I just moved your token, so I don't know why.
I wonder if that's what happened to Garm too, because he said it was black and it looked like he moved.
Yep.
And
Can't have my food. God damn
it's like magic.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it looks like you moved me in my perspective chain.
Okay. All right. Heather.
Yes.
If you look at your character sheet
Mhm.
in the tracker, you will now see that your saving throws have been set up.
Okay.
So go ahead and click the little die to the right of the poison line in the saving throw, and let's see whether you make the saving throw against poison.
Okay, I click it.
It'll probably pop up a little thing. Do you have a situation?
Yeah.
Just say no.
I did, and I just said, "Oh, let me try again." Okay, that's twice that I have submitted it, and nothing has happened.
And indeed, when I do the same thing on your character sheet, nothing happens. Weird. Okay, then just roll a d20. Just roll a d20 and get a 14 or higher.
You say get a 14 or higher?
Yeah. You did. All right.
All right.
So, that means that if your character, so let's see, injury and death. All right. Sooner or later. Okay, so wounds. The character is wounded. Sometimes there's okay. That was yeah. Okay, falling. Natural healing. Okay, character death. When a character reaches 0 hit points, that character is slain. The character is immediately dead and unable to do anything unless some specialized magical effects takes precedence. So,
Why did they have a thing for a saving throw for death?
Well, there's
is death in this game at 0, or is there a part that talks about a -10? Because I thought in this edition, when you go under 0 or under, you become unconscious and you're dead, but you're not true dead.
That's an
You
optional
start
rule.
losing 1 hit point per turn, and then when you hit -10, I thought that was the true dead moment.
Yeah, it's an optional rule though, but it's called Death's Door, and some people play. If a character bleeds out the -10, then that's the death. And some people play
hovering
if
at
you go
death's
to,
door. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You might find your campaign has become particularly deadly. Too many player characters are dying. If this happens, you may want to allow characters to survive for short periods of time, even after their hit points reach or drop below 0. When this rule is in use, character can remain alive until his hit points reach -10. However, as soon as the character reaches 0 hit points, he falls to the ground unconscious. And thereafter, the character automatically loses 1 hit point each round. Survival from this point depends on the quick thinking of companions. If they reach the character before the hit points reach -10 and spend at least 1 round tending the wounds, the character does not die immediately.
And we have healing potions.
Yes, and you guys do have healing potions. Okay. And now this one. Okay. Oh, wow. So if a cure spell of some type is cast upon the character is immediately restored to 1 hit point, no more. Further cures do the character no good until they've had at least 1 full day of rest. If a heal spell is cast, hit points are restored per the spell and has full vitality and wits. Okay, that heal is a high-level magic.
6th level, I believe.
Yeah, a potion. A potion is not a spell, so I'm going to say a potion is going to restore hit points like it normally would, and it doesn't specify that you start regaining from 0 like it does in other editions, but I think that rule is a lot simpler than trying to calculate Well, I was at -2 and I got 5 hit points. So how many hit points do I have now? I just say that if you drink a healing potion, you start at 0 and you gain however many hit points the potion gives you. So right now, we are going to say that Min is prone and Min is bleeding and Min is on the clock.
Okay.
And
by the way,
so
you put the numbers in the wrong boxes. You put them in the modifier box, not the target box. That's why it wasn't working. So when I tried to roll for poison.
What?
So
okay.
I flipped it over to the target number instead, and then I just tested it, and it rolled one for you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Did that get whispered to the GM?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it gets whispered to the GM. Okay. I could swear I did that correctly, but okay. No. All right. I see.
I think I did that the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because I thought... Okay, never mind.
Have you had a chance?
Thank you.
Have you had a chance to take your break?
I did, yeah. I did. So,
My break provided me pot roast.
okay.
Stop it.
Yes, stop it. Stop it, or else we're going to accelerate
really
your
kill
hit
you.
point lots.
We show up at your house and demand food.
Come on over, I'll make you a plate.
Next week, games at her house. That's
all right.
Everybody drive to Nebraska now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I have to put a few of you up in spare bedrooms.
It wouldn't take me that long to get there.
No, it wouldn't.
All right. So,
anyway. All right. Shall we continue?
Yes. So we have the cat is now, or the cat lady is now down in the doorway, and next to Archimedes. Zert is up, and Zert is going to run forward and is going to grab the cat and is going to drag the cat backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll drag the cat back here.
Okay.
And
does the spider get another opportunity attack?
I'm going to say that
I'm hoping no.
I'm going to say that because Archimedes is sort of there, probably waving his arms or flailing his arms or something like that, the spider is more distracted by that motion than.
Actually, he would be right up against. He would have been right up against the wall, looking, just trying to stay real still. Oh, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but definitely.
Okay,
and he would definitely. If he sees a partner go down, he's going to try to. Yeah.
Yeah. So Zert can't do anything to help Min this round. Had to just drag her out of the way, so that's his turn.
Okay.
So Talon.
I'm
Talon
going to
is
go
up.
over to Min and give her a potion.
Okay.
Say, you stupid mutt.
And what did we say those potions were? 2d4 plus 2?
I think.
Let me see.
I have
Yeah.
to. Something happened to the sheet.
And if her maximum hit points is 4, that means it wouldn't really need a roll.
Yeah, that's true. So you're automatically going to go back to 4 hit points. Yep. So the minimum, because the minimum you would get is 4, and you can't gain more hit points than you're still prone. So you'll have to stand up next round. But thanks to Talon, Min, you you breathe back in, and you look and you see Zert's grabbing a hold of your arms. You've been dragged halfway across the room, and the halfling has tippled a potion into your mouth, and you're looking up at the halfling.
Okay.
So.
Thanks. That was stupid of me.
Yeah. Spellcasters stay back.
Well,
Everybody stays back with these spiders. Let's get the hell out of here.
Nico's going to run forward in a minute.
Okay, the huge. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, yes, that would be me next because I did not click my character and put it on, but rolled a 13.
Okay.
If you look, I think that whispered it to you. I don't know if everybody else.
Okay. Archimedes. Oh, okay. So Archimedes. Yeah, let me go ahead
You'd have to
and
that in, but yeah.
Yeah. So we'll add a turn, and we'll put 13. All right. So just go ahead and take your turn before the spider takes its turn.
And so he would be in close range, so he would have had to have drawn his longsword and attack with that, I would imagine.
Okay. Oops. AC of 6. That is just exactly what you need to hit this guy. It's an AC of 6. So go ahead and roll damage. It is a large creature.
Nice.
Okay. So a large creature and
12.
The long sword. 4
Damn.
damage. Okay. Well, you
only
poke
gets
a
one
hole.
attack.
Yeah, you poke out one of its eyes, but it still has 7 left. And some black ichor and goop comes out of the eye hole. But it looks like you've made it mad.
I've
Okay.
apparently made it even madder. So
Jason, Quint, go ahead and click your character and then roll initiative. Because we were rolling initiative when you were having to reboot there. We didn't get you on the initiative order. Okay, 15.
I'll let Quint win
Cool.
high.
Okay, so
do you go by dexterity or no?
In other games, I generally do that, but this character sheet doesn't have any way of automatically doing that. I don't think so.
Okay.
It's just a matter of however it sorts you, or whoever wants to allow the other person to go. All right. So the spider gets to make an attack. And the spider will try to bite the person standing in the doorway there. And we'll hit an AC 17, so bites air. Apparently had some cat fur in its mouth parts.
Poke on the hairball.
Nice.
Yeah, the spider goes. Sounds like it's going to retch and never does. All right. So now Quint.
All right. I'm gonna move over here so I can see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to,
over.
but can I shoot through him with arrows, or is there a chance I would hit him then?
There is a chance you would hit him. Basically, the spider counts as 2, he counts as 1. So on a 1d3, a 1, and I know what the result is, you guys don't. A 1 would target Archimedes, a 2 or 3 would target the spider. And then you roll to hit as normal. And if you're targeting Archimedes, you'd have to hit his armor class to actually hit him. Otherwise, if you're targeting the spider, you have to hit its armor class to hit it.
And the part that stinks is if you hit Archimedes, you're hitting his back AC.
Yeah, that's true. So
Be
So,
like
yeah.
a flat foot.
yeah, you don't get advantage of a shield, and I don't think you get your dexterity for
No.
Yeah,
attack
just
in
be
the rear.
there.
I think that big heavy armored dwarf wants to charge into the spider, so I can stay out of his way and just knock an arrow and get it ready to go for the next round.
Okay. And, maybe yell to Archimedes, try to get out of there or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Let him know
yeah,
help's on the
they're
way.
okay. All right, sounds good. Nico.
Nico is in range that the nice lady who helped him go shopping and stopped him from being swindled by the merchant was bit, and so comes over, finally sees what's going on, yells, "Hey, watch our backs! This is gonna lot of noise. If there's bandit," or doesn't yell, but says there's bandits in here somewhere. They're gonna potentially come running, so watch our backs. And then runs in and starts fighting with the spider.
Okay.
And we go to my thing. But how charging works. I know it's a negative, you lose your dex bonus on your AC when in the turn you charged, but does it reset? If this round I charged, I would have my AC drop by 2, or my dex would go away. But would it, in the next round when we refresh to the top of the order, would my AC be back to normal?
Yeah.
Yes. So, a charging. Okay. A character can charge a foe. Charge increases your movement rate by 50%. Enables to make an attack at the end. Charge gains a +2 on the attack roll from the momentum. But charging gives opponents there's a -2 on their initiative roll. Well, we're not doing initiative every round, so that doesn't matter. You gain no dex bonus to your armor class, and you suffer an AC penalty of 1. I guess until the start of your next turn, probably.
When I go again, or when the round resets?
Probably. Since it doesn't specify, I'm going to say until you go again.
Then I'm not charging.
Okay. All right.
Very wise.
All right. So. All right.
I rolled damage by accident first.
Yeah, roll the attack.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, it's easy to do on this character sheet. AC of 14. Okay. That's going to miss. All right. Well, now that we have everybody on the list, I'm going to go ahead and put us back in ascending order to make sure everybody is on there in the right order. Okay. And Garm, you are up.
Can I finish my move, though?
Oh, sure, you can. What would you like to do?
I'm going to have to decide which way to be looking.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, it's occupied, and you haven't hit it. The other guy has, so it's going to keep looking at the thing that just hit it. So, you're attacking it from behind then.
Over there.
So I think you'll get a probably a bonus on your hit.
Next time.
Okay, Garm.
I'm still holding. I'm gonna hold my action until I can see a clear shot or something.
Okay. Yeah. Archimedes, you're having a bunch of people tell you, get out of the way.
And I will on my turn. I will
Yeah.
move to his side.
Get out of the way.
Okay. And Min,
Yes.
you can stand up if you wish.
Mm,
And then if you have any...
I don't have anything at the moment. Anything spell-wise is kind of an AoE. So, and there's people in the doorway.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll be a good girl.
Okay. So you guys did get an idea of something you could do over there from your party members, which was to be on the lookout for anything or anyone that might be whose attention might be attracted by this.
So I'll then kind of get up a little bit shakily and kind of creep off into the shadows and start keeping an eye out.
Okay. All right. Then Zert. Zert draws his sword, and Zert will run up and get in the doorway here next to, or squeeze into the doorway here next to Archimedes, and will tell Archimedes, get out if you can. And he is going to make an attack with his longsword. And he misses. AC 15. Okay. Talon. You are up.
Talon is going to just kind of keep a lookout from behind and around in case something shows up. And he's going to move kind of over here to be in the way of anything that might shoot at men.
Okay.
From,
all right.
Like if any bandits or whatever come out. Kind of.
Okay. All right.
It's a little crowded down in that little tower room, so.
Yeah. Archimedes. You now have... Go ahead.
Is he able to move this way? Through here?
You can squeeze around the spider, yes. If you want to.
See, I'd like to get to right to there. Way if a perchance to squeeze through the
Oh, okay. No, that's an arrow slit. You can't go through that.
No. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, if you wanted to try to leave the tower, you could climb over those rubble. But,
all right. Perfect. That's fine.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I'd still like to stay right in through there.
Okay, and you're taking an attack, I presume?
Yes.
Okay.
And let's see.
Right. Well, it's as you move, it kind of turns to follow you because you're the only thing that's hit it so far.
Right. I'm the biggest threat, of course.
AC of 19. Okay. Well, that's going to miss.
It's because I moved. I know. It's because.
Yeah. Now the spider goes. And the spider is going to again attack Archimedes because that's the one that's hit it. AC of 10.
Ooh, AC of 7.
Misses. Getting that cat fur worked out of its mandibles, but some of it is still there.
Or Min is missing some of her fur.
Yeah. Okay, Quint. Zert is behind the wall here. He's got a square token, so you guys know that he's a NPC. But he's behind the wall. So Quint, you have no obstruction between you and the spider if you want to use a ranged weapon against it.
Yeah, I think I'm good here, so I'm going to use my longbow for a couple of shots at it.
Okay. Oh, 2 and 5 both hit. Five damage from the first arrow, which will bloody it. And then the second arrow. How would you like to kill this thing, Quint?
An arrow into the mouth buries itself.
Well, actually, it would be into its butt because it's.
Oh, okay, that's
towards
right.
you.
It turned around.
Yeah, it's turned
That's how the
around.
wind
so-
blows, huh? No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
So you hit it and it explodes and a big silk blanket falls out of
Ew.
the abdomen of the spider. No, it doesn't have a
That's just
factory in there.
weird.
It just it just
Nico is thrilled that you're a pain in the rear end to our enemies.
but bum.
I have a feeling I'm not going to live this down.
Even that doesn't look tasty. Ugh.
Leave the quips to the bard, please. Leave the quips to the bard.
All right, so the spider does that thing that spiders do, kind of curls up, the legs curl up, and it quits moving. And you guys have won 2 battles now, with only the loss of 1 character, which revived. Okay, so to wit, we've decided. I think what we've decided, at least tonight, is we decided we're not going to use like critical extra damage on critical hits. Is that right? We just want to use normal damage, and a 20 is an automatic hit. Is that what we want to say? And then we're going to use the optional death rule that you keep losing 1 hit point per round to -10 unless you get assistance from a party member. Does that
I'm for
sound
that.
like what we've...
Yeah.
There's
what
an
we've
A over
decided?
here.
Fine, right?
I vote aye.
Okay. All right. Hearing no objection, we will adopt those 2 as table rules for the game going forward. And all right. So that is that. Now let me take a look at this particular thing. Okay. So
Rummage through the web.
okay, rummage through the web. You find a glint of copper and silver. And you also find an ivory box that it looks like an ivory jewel box, and it's the size of a large book.
Very nice.
Okay. And so I'm going to put this into the all right. I'm going to put this into the all right.
How are we doing, Fraser?
Well, Do we have a treasure sheet? We don't have a treasure sheet yet for this game,
No.
I don't think. Let's just double check. No, we don't have a treasure sheet. Okay, so I'm gonna start a treasure sheet.
So while you're doing that, Nico would talk to Quint and Garm and Zert and suggest that if they've got, because Zert and Quint seem the type who might be able to cut up a monster or an animal that was killed. Nico's good with herbalism, but not with necessarily poison sacks. But with their arrows and their darts, it might be worthwhile to save the poison sack from the spider and have a couple arrows that are a little bit more dangerous.
Sounds like a
True
good
that.
idea.
True that. I vote aye. Aye.
Hi.
Poisoning weapons.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very polite.
Warfare is not polite.
Oh,
But it is a necessary
is-
evil.
what is
Well,
it good for? Oh,
Some would say that poisoning weapons is for evil people.
Only if you use it against good people. Poison weapons against evil people is also good.
It's acceptable.
it's fair, isn't it? You would expect
Do unto
The-
others as you would.
that. Do unto them. Exactly. That's what I understood.
Do we have any clerics in the party?
I am a cleric.
Okay, are you a cleric of a good aligned deity?
I am a chaotic good cleric and a good aligned deity.
Okay. Per the ethos of D&D, clerics of good aligned deities kind of frown on the use of poison.
Okay. I was thinking that
on
was
the-
lawful.
Well, yeah,
I was getting that mixed up then.
it's more that good deities frown on it because of the potential for it to hurt innocent people.
Mm.
That's fair.
And it's a
Adjust that mindset. I was thinking it was a lawful versus chaotic trait versus a good versus evil trait.
yeah. Now what the interesting thing is, back in original D&D was so poor.
Is it?
Okay, nobody remembers that old joke. Okay, original D&D was so poor that they only had 3 alignments. They had chaotic, they had neutral, and they had lawful. They did not have the spectrum of good to evil in alignments. And back in those days, then yes, Joe, the spectrum was chaotic would use chaotic read evil would use poison, but lawful would never use poison. And once they added the matrix of good and evil, that switched over to evil would use poison, good would not.
And Nico would ask for a little bit of the poison so that he could make an antidote from it.
Okay.
If we run into any more. But
Right.
the other people could do whatever they want or think of it, but I wouldn't suggest it then.
Yeah. Okay. So that would actually be a good thing that Nico could do. So we're going to copy this. We're going to say from the leader.
Talon
Would this
would
cleric
let
be
the
more on the lines? Would this cleric be more on the lines of, hey, if I don't know about it, then it's not bad?
I can't do it. I don't think it's a great idea. I might frown, but I'm not going to be like telling you how to live your life. I'm chaotic,
Okay,
not lawful.
that's fine.
Yeah, and that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense that you would
I'm
sort
going
of
to get mad at you if you use it and it hurts an innocent person.
Yes, yeah, I would, yeah, I could see that happening.
that would kind of, so let's do this and
Oh,
then
that's a cool
let's
narrative distinction I didn't know between first
Need
edition
any
and
of
this.
that?
yeah, it's a weird it was a
That was
weird
like-
thing.
Back in the old brown book.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. That was like the old Keep in the Borderlands, the old basic set just had.
Yeah.
Had that. All right, so you guys should see a treasure and experience sheet handout in your journals, and so this is session 2. Which means I need to edit this because I need to go back and add some. I forgot to do that from last time, so I'll do that for this
I'd like
time.
Talon would like to take a look at the ivory box.
Okay. You all right? What?
Is it locked?
It is not. It doesn't have any kind of lock on it.
Oh, okay.
While you're doing that, then the rest of us should be watching for anybody who tries to jump us.
I'm just gonna face it away from me and open it up.
Okay, you open it up and it's empty inside.
Yeah, okay, it's an empty box.
But it is made out of ivory. And
well, yeah, it's a valuable empty box.
Yeah, probably valuable, but you'd have to do it. Now, does Talon have any kind of appraisal?
I was just getting ready to go check. I forgot what I took for the.
That are your non-proficiencies, right?
Yeah, those.
Yeah, no, I didn't take that. Nope. Okay.
He's going to see if he can salvage any of his arrows, those 2 arrows, while Talon's looking at the box.
Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so yeah, you're able to recover both of those arrows. Then, all right. Did you find your proficiencies there, Talon?
Well, I was. Oh, that's why. Okay. I did take appraising.
You did take appraising. Okay.
Yes.
So go ahead and make an appraising roll. Okay.
Nice.
You are able to determine that this box is easily worth 50 gold pieces. And if you find the right buyer, you might be able to get more from it. So it's easily worth 50 gold. So I'm going to put that in there. And we'll say worth base 50 gold pieces, perhaps more to a collector.
If you want, I can update that for everybody.
Okay. That's fine. I gave everybody the option to look at it. So if one person wants to be basically the treasure sheet updater, you can do that.
If nobody objects, that is. I mean, I don't mind keeping track of, filling it in for us.
That would be appreciated.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Then while you guys are doing that, okay. Nothing jumps out and attacks you. And searching the tower further yields nothing else of interest. So what would you guys like to do next?
Is that a well in the very bottom right corner, or was that like a crank?
It is a well, yes. Over there.
I look at the group. Do we want to move through this area in a clockwise manner, or do we want to go counterclockwise? What do you all want to do?
Left to right.
Sounds good. Any objections?
Okay.
I don't
No.
I don't care.
Well, that's fine.
Okay. Min and Talon. As you guys have been over there watching, one thing you have noticed is there are boot prints that are in this area, and there's kind of a pattern of dust, and this pattern of dust almost seems to make a walkway, or almost seems to mark a walkway that goes from these doors up this way towards the stairs.
Okay, so it's kind of basically kind of straight then.
More or less, it's like a more or less like a broad, straight pathway there that people have walked through.
The floor is made out of stone, right?
Yep, the floor is made out of stone.
Can I look around to see if I notice any stonework traps, pits, or deadfalls? As a dwarf, I get 1 to 3 on a d6.
You sure can.
So I'll roll a d6.
You do not notice anything in your immediate vicinity. Other than noticing that this wall over here has collapsed, but I don't think it needs a d6 to tell that.
Wouldn't have collapsed if dwarves made it.
That's probably true. Human engineering?
Not so much.
Are you sure dwarves didn't make this?
Yeah, it looks like you call human folk or giants. You know, giants can't make anything that lasts.
All right, so what do we want to do next?
Take a nap.
Oh, get over here.
What?
It's your nap. You need a nap.
Fine.
Nico's willing to go first again if you all want him.
Meanwhile, she's like kind of patting down her arms, like, where did I lose all that fur?
And I'll keep my eye out for stonework, pitfalls, or whatnot if I have an opportunity to.
Okay.
But these are all arrow slits, is that right?
Yeah, those are.
Go through those, but we can peer through them.
You can peer through them, yes.
Let's pause here for everyone to catch up to us.
Okay.
And Zert needs to be moved, or that
yeah.
people
Go
can
ahead.
see what's going on there.
I'll go ahead and move Zert.
Here, kitty.
And I just caught up to everybody.
Okay. All right. So as you guys get over here and climb up these stairs, you can see that whoever has been in here has apparently been busy doing not necessarily renovations, but kind of making some makeshift defensive areas. Yeah.
I just thought they lived kind of slovenly, but I don't know.
All right. So up in this area here, This was once a great audience chamber, as shown by the tattered banners and tapestries on the walls, destroyed furniture, and heaps of rotting cloth thrown into the corners. Once richly appointed, it has been thoroughly searched, sacked, and despoiled. Leaves and dirt cover the floor, and cobwebs hang from walls and the ceiling above. Looking up, yeah. Looking up, you see that pieces of beams and chunks of stone poke through, indicating the upper stories of the place are totally destroyed and likely impassable to anything larger than a rat. And then ahead of you, you notice along this line here, the remains of large tables have been turned over and are set up, and it looks like they kind of are set up such that someone could maybe use those as defensive positions, like you would crenellations on a tower wall, to hide behind and then fire over or between or things like that. But nothing has come to attack you, so it's likely that there's not anything there at the moment. Now, as you, Talon, as you get to about where you are, you can see that you're right on the edge of a hallway. And let's see. So for the benefit of the...
Look around the corner.
Yeah. For the benefit of the stream, I will tell you and I will point out what you see down the hallway. Down this hallway, you see a total of 4 doors. So from your vantage point, you see a door that's here. You see a door that's here. You see a door that's here. And then you see a door all the way at the end of the hallway.
So while we're all in this room right here near these barricades, I suggest that we take the 4 barricades and move them real quick into a square formation with some spaces between them, so that anybody who's a ranged person, if we do get into issues, can like hide in there and shoot from cover.
Okay, so you want to like basically rearrange that, which I can represent by drawing something on
like
the
a little
map
square
for you.
that like so people could go inside
Yeah.
the middle of, and that way there could be some cover and not concealment so much, but cover for anybody who's a ranged attacker if we do need to fall back into it.
Okay.
It's just somewhere to fall back into. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and we will make a
You could even just make a note that where that rug is, we could be just yeah, perfect.
okay, and then I've got to zoom in on that. Oh. Whoops. Okay, come on. There we go. There, and then I'm gonna make this, yeah, just a little bit larger, and then we can. Okay, so we'll just put it there. Actually, let me make it a little bit higher contrast because it's hard to. There we go. That's easier.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna check the first door for traps.
Okay, the first door meaning the door closest to you.
Yeah, the one that's what I consider the first door, the first door I come to in the hall. Because you said there was
Okay.
one here, one here, one here, and then down at the end, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So from the direction of travel, the first one on your left.
Yes, that would be what I consider the
Yeah.
first door, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You get to that door and go ahead and make your trap check roll.
Ooh. I don't know if it's trapped or not. As far as I know, it's not.
Seems perfectly safe.
Is it locked?
It is not locked, but now we get to determine if you move through the door.
Don't. Can I? Do I need to move up? Should it be here? I can't really see where the door's at.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. Let me see if I can put your character in here. Oh, it doesn't.
And
Let
I'm
me
on your
see.
I'm on your rear, so if like you feel uncomfortable with something, I can back you up.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. So the door, I
Okay.
was in front of the door. Okay.
Yeah. So now for the benefit of the stream, I'm going to put Zert in there with you, which means now the stream can only see inside that room.
I'm looking up. Is there anything in this room besides me and Zert? Zert and I.
Oh, it looks like this was once a trophy room. Only a few mangy pelts, stuffed animal heads, and shattered antlers indicate the former status of the chamber. All worthwhile items have long since been looted.
Okay.
So, yeah, it doesn't.
That's where the frog heads and the spider is going to go, right?
Well, then I will go out of there and go. I can't move out of there.
So I'm gonna look my
Okay.
head in. I'm gonna people like I'm following him, not all the way in the room, but I'm just keeping track. But if I'll look into the rooms, I've got a 1 to 4 on a D6 chance of noticing
Okay.
sliding, shifting walls or rooms.
Okay. Yeah, hang
Don't
on.
work on me.
There we go.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to the second door on the same wall,
Okay, which is right here.
and is it locked?
You do not know yet. So go ahead and see whether it's.
I'll see if it's trapped first. That's a terrible.
It doesn't appear to be, and no, it's not locked.
Okay, I'll open it up and go in.
Okay.
If nothing waiting on me.
Yeah, it doesn't appear that anything will bite you. So, see if it will just let you, using your arrow keys, just
My
highlight
arrow
your
key?
token. Yeah, highlight your token and then just see if it'll let you move down through the door. Because the way that no, it doesn't. Okay, so then I have to move you into the room.
That's as far as it'll let me go.
Okay, so you're in the room now, at least on my screen.
Yeah, I see I'm in there.
Okay, this place appears to be the domicile of some kind of mildly important person. But it's stripped of nearly everything except broken and ruined furnishings.
So it doesn't look like anybody's using it now?
It doesn't look like anybody's using it now.
Okay.
Now, there's a wall crescent on the south wall, on the outer wall here. And there's a a torch holder that's on the wall. And instead of a torch being in there, there is a tarnished baton that looks like it might be made of silver or something.
Well, can I reach up to it? I mean, how high up is it?
If you point it out to Zert, he can grab it and hand it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have him grab it and then take a
Okay.
look at it.
It's not at door
Okay.
fight? Oh,
Do you have somebody had appraisal?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead and see what your appraisal roll is.
Oop.
You're not sure how much it's worth. So
I
you
just don't-
can write down on the treasure sheet that you have 1 silver baton, value unknown.
If it's a weapon, I might have an idea with weaponsmithing.
It's more ornamental than weapon.
Then I
It's
have
like
no clue whatsoever.
yeah,
like a scepter.
kind of like almost like a scepter, except there's nothing on either end. It's just sort of like and there's not any kind of threaded things, so it's been there a long time. So maybe there was something ornamental that was stuck on one end or the other, and that's been pulled off, and this just was left behind. But it's just a tarnished silver. You would consider it like a baton of some kind.
Yeah, it's not like a baton. Like they used to use things like that to signify your office.
Probably
Status.
something like that.
Yeah.
The fact that it's tarnished probably means that it's not magical or anything. As Amish says, it's totally not suspicious.
All right. Well, guess we'll go to the other door across the hall.
Okay, let me move the.
is it removable or is it that's just stuck in the wall?
No,
It's because of the way the dynamic lighting works. If you
the baton is just still there. Or is that party loot now?
it's party loot. It's party
Okay.
loot.
All right.
Yeah. It was just stuck in a torch sconce, basically. Okay, so you're looking at the room across the hall.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you let me go ahead and you want to check the do you want to check anything for traps or not?
Yeah, I was going to and I clicked. I'm in lag. Oh, no, I forgot it. I always ask for that miscellaneous modifier.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be trapped, and it's not locked.
Open it up. Somebody else want to go in, have the fun?
No.
Okay, I'll go in. I don't care.
Zert will go in with you, and as you walk in here, it looks like you have discovered the old kitchen. The remains of moldering foodstuffs and kitchen work tables are visible. A wooden cask near the fireplace on the north wall looks inviting.
Now go check out the cask.
Okay, you want to check out the cask.
Yeah.
All right. When you check out the cask, There is a rustle of movement from the old fireplace, and a giant tick leaps out
Ugh.
of the fireplace.
Where's the
Okay.
kitty when you need it?
Does
The
it yell?
hallway.
The tick yells spoon.
I'll take a giant spider over a giant tick any day.
Of course, none of us can move into these doors.
Yeah, okay.
Like- Tick.
I will go ahead and get everybody moved into it. So now what do we have? What does it say about that? All right, it doesn't say anything about that. So everybody can do a D10 roll, and we will. Well, I guess actually only Talon and Zert need to do a D10 roll, and
During
we
the
will
modifier?
see. No.
Okay.
Okay, you're not surprised, and then Zert will roll a D10. Oh, Zert is surprised, but you're the one that's right up next to it. So, let me, first of all, I'm going to clear all of the old initiatives. And then we can add the new initiatives. But before we add the new initiatives, let me move your characters into this room so that everybody can see what's
I
going
did
on.
it right, and it was too early.
Okay. And then Garm in here. Okay. All right. So now we have a a tick and a bunch of other people that are getting to roll initiatives. So it's the initiative modifier. Where's the initiative modifier? Is that the medium creature? And so the tick is an 8.
I got a 4 twice in a row. That's good.
Talon is a 4. Joe. Nico has a 14. So
Does
let
the
me go
reaction
ahead.
adjustments affect your speed?
Reaction like from your decks?
Yeah.
Let's just double check that for your ability scores. Dexterity. Okay. Modifies die roll to see if a character is surprised when unexpectedly encounters. Okay. So no, it doesn't affect initiative. But it does help you prevent you from being surprised.
I am nodding, but you can't see my nonverbal cues.
Yeah. Okay. Nico 14. All right. Quint got a 3. Min got a 7. Who are we missing? Talon has a 4. Garm has a 4, and then we need Zod. Do we have Archimedes rolling initiative yet? I don't think Archimedes is rolling. Okay, so Zert.
Go ahead.
Can Archimedes do some kind of singing to help inspire us and help our rolls?
I don't know. Does he have that ability yet? I don't know if that's the.
I don't know. That's why I ask.
Does he have an instrument? You do, don't you?
Is a flute or something?
A fiddle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the fiddle. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget.
He has a fiddle or a violin, depending on your perspective. Okay, so the classes. Let's
Music,
just take
poetry, and stories of the bard can be inspirational, rallying friends and allies.
Yeah.
+1 bonus to attack rolls, or a +1 bonus to saving throws, or a +2 bonus to morale.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So this is more. It's less of a thing that's tied to like a feature that you do. You just have to tell everybody, "Hey, I am playing," and it's gonna give us a. You specify which effect you want it to have. So you can do either a +1 bonus to attack rolls, or a +1 bonus to saving throws, or a +2 bonus to morale checks, which that doesn't come into effect unless you guys have retainers, because as PCs, I don't make you as PCs roll morale.
Okay.
I figure you guys can decide whether you want to keep fighting or run away, and the only time that might come into effect is if there's some sort of mind controlling thing that means that you're not in control of your character at some point. So, let's go ahead and let's put everybody in ascending order.
You have to spend 3 rounds before the battle begins to get that inspirational bonus stuff. That's kind of rough.
Bard must spend at least 3 full rounds singing or reciting before the battle. Okay, all right.
And I would have done that while they were looking through the rooms.
Yeah, that's the gotcha with that is if the exact nature of an impending threat is known, which you would have to say, okay, I know something's going to jump out and bite us, so I'm getting everybody's, which is probably not a bad guess in a place like this, but
since the spider, I provoked the spider. I was like, well, yeah, if he's churching rooms, then I'll play a little ditty to help us out.
Well, that's gonna let everybody know we're here too, though. If you do that, it's like
that's the thing is that anybody that may be in here is going to be more likely to hear you, other than just the creatures that you all are finding so far.
It doesn't have to be music. It can be poetry. It can be,
Yeah.
It could be my humming, right? It could be my humming.
All right, but we'll keep that in mind for future encounters.
Yeah.
For right now, Quint, you are up. There is a big, ugly-looking giant hick over there that thinks that your halfling looks delicious. So, what would you like to do about that?
It's a little crowded in here to start slinging arrows around, so I'm gonna come over here and I'll take 2 attacks at it with the daggers.
Okay.
Would that be having it face the opposite way, so it would improve, lose its dex and he'd have a bonus?
You would get a +2 bonus to the armor class, and even with that +2 bonus, an armor class 9 misses, and with a +2 bonus, the armor class 6 misses as well. because as you get up there, you notice that this thing has a really tough chitinous shell. Your dagger hits it and just seems to glance off of it without doing any damage.
Okay.
Um,
And I still have some movement, don't I?
oh, okay.
I'll back up the way so somebody else can take it.
Okay, let's find out what
Oh,
the
that's right.
let's find out what the tick
Mosquito.
is. Oh, that's gonna be an insect. Giant tick. Movement. You have more than 30 feet of movement?
Yes.
Okay. Then it cannot bite you. So Talon,
Okay.
you run away. Talon, you're I should ask that I should ask that a different way. Is your speed greater than 30?
Is this base speed?
That's the base speed, yes.
I have base speed 12.
Base speed of 120. Okay, all right. So yes. So yes, you have a speed greater than 30. All right, good. Talon, you're up.
Oh, I'm gonna swing at it with my short sword. And I did not hit it.
A 14 will miss. This thing, it's got big mouth parts. They're just kind of, and it looks like it would just love to wrap its talons around you and stick its proboscis through your skin and drink your blood for you.
I ain't trying for all that.
Garm.
Am I able to
Little.
position myself and attack this thing in range, or is it going to be that same deal?
Well, if you got in front of Zert, you could attack it, and there's nobody blocking your path. Yeah,
Okay.
you could duck in front of Zert and then attack and then duck back. And Talon, your base move is greater than 30, right?
Well, I was looking for that, to be honest with you.
It's probably at least 90.
Where would
So
it
I
be
think-
in on the sheet? Because I don't remember.
I think, well, we can always look at it in the races.
Your movement should be in your first.
On the info tab under tracker at the very bottom of the sheet.
Yeah.
Tracker. Okay.
It's got basic, mount, barbarian, swimming, advanced, and full.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
A
You have that
1 or
advantage dice before you
Do I lose?
make
Do I lose
saving
my other attacks?
no. There's optional rules for fumbles, but we haven't talked about whether we're going to use that or not. So for right now,
I missed 3 times. It's just not meant to
oh
be.
my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Run speed's 180, light is 120.
Yeah, then you've got plenty of room or plenty of movement. You can outrun it because it has a base run speed of 30. Now it's got a heck of a jump speed, but its base run speed is 30.
I don't
So
want to jump
men, there is a huge tick over there.
Not only no, but hell no.
Okay.
I am going to. I take it this is a table.
Yes, that's a
Should
smaller
jump up on the
table, and
table
this is a larger table.
Okay, so I'm going to jump up on this table, grab the frying pan, run over here, and fling it.
Okay, improvised weapon. What do we say in here about improvised weapons?
I hope she rolls well.
I think it's a minus 4 or minus 3, depending on
For mage,
Yeah.
it's -5 for a non-proficient weapon.
a proficient
Yeah.
weapon. Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and make a ranged attack, and we will then subtract 5 from whatever your.
From the location of the throw, do you need to roll to see if it's going to be targeting me or the tick?
Actually, yes, if you're going to do that, and it's a D2 because it's a medium-sized creature as well. It's a large tick, or a giant tick, I should say, but a giant tick is a medium-sized creature. So let me roll
So
the
50% shot
D2.
just hits me in the back of the head.
Okay, so Min, are you
I
still
mean, she's
gonna?
not gonna hit
Yeah.
you anyway with that -5.
Okay, so go ahead and make a ranged attack roll. And we're going to ignore whatever the armor class is that says you hit, because you hit 5 worse than that. So, okay, no, you.
Okay.
That's
I don't
the
know how
damage.
to. It
You have
doesn't
to-
let me do a.
Yeah, it does, because it's
Where?
a separate. Okay, look
The
up.
hit's up above, remember?
Yeah. Yeah. So go to the table above the one you're clicking on, and click the hit
Oh,
button.
hit. Derp.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. That's not going to hit anybody.
Okay.
Um.
Well, it'll make a lot of noise.
Yes, it will.
Yes.
Yes, it will. You've discovered how to make a lot of noise. In which case, I get to do this. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I see. Anything else, Min?
No, I think that's it. My damage is done.
Okay. So, the tick, the giant tick, is over there. And it tries to make an attack on the closest creature to it, which is Nico. And because Nico, you look delicious.
Dwarves are the best.
It does
Yes,
look like his liver might be pretty good.
It's all the ale we drink.
So, it's an AC of 12.
No.
Nope. All right. Well, it tries to bite you and fails. All right. Garm, were you staying there, or were you going to move back out of the way?
I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. All right. So then that means Zert has to move if he's going to fire an arrow, which he will do. He will go over here. And he will try to shoot an arrow at this thing. And he's going to make a ranged attack. All right, so all right, so he's got short range, AC of 17. That's going to miss. All right, Archimedes, you are up.
He will do the same as Zert. He'll step up 1 step and take a shot with the bow. Doo-doo.
AC of 7. That's going to miss.
Okay, we'll try once more. 1.
Yeah, nat 1. Okay, we haven't talked about any fumble rules, so we're not going to worry about that.
We did talk about critical successes, so I assume similar for the fumbles.
Yeah, but the rule it's more nebulous, and since we haven't talked about what the possible consequences are, I don't want to just spring them on you guys. So we'll talk about those later. Nico, or Archimedes, were you going to step back, or are you going to stay put?
Yeah, I'll step back.
Okay.
Make sure that I.
All right, Nico, you are up.
Just to clarify that there's also no way that I'm going to able to be doing the humming or reciting of everything else, right? If I believe that this round will last more than 3, or this attack will last more than 3 rounds, so not doing any of that stuff.
Yeah. If you start now, then if you start on this round, we can say. And here's what I can do. We can say that there's this, and I'm going to put a 1. So if you see that little 1 on your token, remind me next time you're continuing to hum, and we'll increase that to a 2. And when that gets to a 3, then the bonus will kick in. So
it says it has to be before the battle begins.
Oh, okay. It's before the battle begins? Well, then, all right. Okay. In that case.
Yeah, that sounds like something a Skull would do before like a big battle. Then something that you would do before a small encounter.
Okay. All right. So, Nico, go ahead and make your attack.
So I moved around it so that you all could hopefully get attacks on its back if I hit it and get its attention or keep its attention.
Okay. AC 16. Wow. Okay. Well, everybody, believe it or not, we have reached time 10:30. So, I am going to take a look, and after the session, I'm going to calculate up the experience that you guys have earned, and I went ahead and I put, because I forgot to do it last week, I put some RP experience in from last session, so don't forget to give yourselves that. And I will also do some story plot point experience as well as RP this week. So you'll get monster experience, you'll get plot experience, and you'll get RP experience. The reason I do that is because in these old editions, the experience points you get from monsters is very stingy. And in second edition, the experience you get from treasure is not much better. So you really kind of have to, in order to keep your levels from dragging on forever, you really do have to kind of award story and RP experience make you feel like you're actually making progress every session. So I will do that. And viewers, thank you guys so much for putting up with our shenanigans here and for dealing with our old D&D. Viewers, I would be interested, in players, I would be interested in what your thoughts are on the way the dynamic lighting works in Roll20. It's one of those things that, as far as I'm concerned, it always seems like it's a great idea. And it oftentimes feels like in the execution, it's a little bit clunky. So, but if you guys like the sort of the mystery of not being able to see anywhere that your characters can't see, I don't mind continuing to use it. We'll just have to see how that works, and I'd be curious to know what the viewers think of it. So, yeah, Amish, it does have its weird ideas, but things like, it blocks the door, and then you have to you have to do that. There may be some tinkering that I can do with it on my end, but work has been kind of crazy. I haven't had a chance to look into that much. But before we go, do any of you guys have, any of you players, I should say, have other social media presences or streams of your own or things like that you would like to let the viewers know about before we sign off?
Watch your
Okay.
local community colleges graduation or colleges graduations or high schools, because a lot of them are going to be online, and so it's nice to get more people watching their social media for the kids.
Oh, okay, yeah. So if you have friends that are graduating, see if they are having online graduations and go support them. Yeah, because you can be the hecklers. You can be the online hecklers for your friends. All right. The other thing I wanted to let people know is tomorrow we will have a session of our Walker of Waterdeep game. It will be session 97 of that game. We're closing in on session 100. Then Monday night, on Monster Monday, we will be looking at the Ifrit throughout the history of D&D. The Ifrit is one of the creatures from one of the elemental creatures, and it has a rather interesting history. So we're going to be going through that on Monday night. Then Thursday night, we will have our Sword Coast Chronicles game, session 46. This week, they managed to get Strahd's attention, and they're getting chased all over Barovia by hordes of undead that Strahd has just kind of called up out of all the graves. So now they're trying to figure out what's going to happen with that. And in the next Saturday night, we will be back here for another edition of Greyhawk Saturday Nights. And the combat's going a little slow. We're dusting off all of our thoughts on the rules and everything as we go along until people get familiar with how all of this works. But as we go forward, that will pick up steam. So, and I don't mind having those discussions and looking at what the originators of the game intended. Now, before we sign off completely, I am going to go ahead and take a look and see if any of our cohorts from the Game Rebels streaming team are online, and we will go raid some of them. They are. Oh, fudge. That wasn't the one I wanted to do. That's the one I wanted to look at. And we're going to put this and this. And Game Rebel. Okay. Okay. Oh. No. Webfu is playing Mass Effect. Legendary. So let's go ahead and raid Webfu. All right. Everybody, take care. Have a great week, and we will talk to you next time. Good
Okay,
night,
thank
everyone.
you.